We're going to have a look at one of those family bikes you see sometimes that's going from kid to kid to kid, and each kid is grinding that thing down, which means they're having a lot of fun. Like this one, for example. This thing, well, that's kind of fun. A little eccentric there. When I pedal, oh, a rumbling sound. This is fun in front as well. We seem to have a chain guide protector. It's only good once per revolution, so we're good here, and we're good here, and the rest of the time not so much. That needs some work, clearly. But what I'm worried about, something you can't see, but I can feel. One of those feelings. I feel some rumbling. There's definitely some rumbling going on here. Where? Kind of hard to isolate. We can do that. I drop this down to the smallest sprocket, carefully pick this chain up. Luckily, no lubrication here. I get that noise, but more importantly, I'm getting no rumbling. That rear hub is maybe not perfect, but it's doing okay. But is it up front? The one-bys are really fun because I can just simply pick the chain up here and take that off. There we are. Now, let's see what we have. Oh, there it is. There's that rumble. There's our coffee grinder. Nice fine grind. A lot of rumbling going on. This is what is going on. It's loose. It's got rumbling. Can we adjust it? So one way to find out here. What's your predictions? Is this going to adjust out nice? Everything's going to be smooth and good? Or maybe not so good? First, let's establish what we're trying to do. We're trying to get rid of this play, this knocking. That's a lot of knocking. I grab the top of the arm, back and forth, clunking. That clunking, knocking, you're pounding those bearing surfaces as you ride. We're going to take that out, and we can on this style. This is called a cup and cone bottom bracket, not the cartridge bottom bracket that's simply replaceable. This one, we have a lock ring, an outer lock ring we can loosen. An inner cup, the bearing race, it's going to turn a little bit toward the bearing, toward the bearing. And then we're going to take this play out and see how it is. So, tools. One of my favorite tools for this is actually the HCW 17. It's double-ended, different radiuses, and it is a nice fit on that lock ring. That's one of my favorites there. This is a fun one. It's shaped just like that cup. This one has some raised areas that I can get purchase on. That's a 16 millimeter flat. What's nice is this is going to catch both at once. Then we're going to creep along, tighter, until we get rid of that play. So, to do that, we're going to adjust a little bit at a time. And this is something you don't have to do. Once you understand the concept, you can take a Park Tool sticker. The sticker is just going to be a reference point. And I actually want to cut this right through the O's. And I'm going to cut this here. I just need a thin strip. It's going to go on the shell, because the shell is effectively the nut for the race as it screws in, and in. Now, I am ready here. And you can see, I'm going to go ahead and put a little mark here as an arbitrary starting point. Nothing can move until that lock ring is loose. The lock ring holds the race from moving. So I'm going to get on here, break that free, and they can be tough. They can be rusty. So breaking that free, that doesn't really matter. It's that inner race that counts. So here I go. There's my O. I'm on the first O, in the middle of the O. So I'm just going to go a little bit to the edge of the next O. I'm going to stop right there. I'm going to go ahead and snug. Now, I don't want to check for play until I am snug. Why is that? Because this threaded piece, when the ring is tightened, it actually pulls that cup out just a little bit. It changes my adjustment. So I want to check for the play only when it's tight, but I do need to hold. I'm lined up like I wanted to be. Secure that tight. Oh yeah, it's pretty tight. So I've crept along. Better. I'm going the right direction. Still a little bit of play. So I crept over to one O. I'm going to go to the other side of that O. So all the sticker does again, it's just a reference point. A little bit further. Stop. I'm onto the further right side of that O. Now I gotta get in with my lock ring tool. A little further. Tighten. Just a little bit more. Clockwise. Oh, there we are. I don't want to go more and tighter because it's just simply crushing things. So let's. I still have the coffee grinder. There's no play. Nope, it didn't really help the grinding. It's not going to. The ball bearings are the wheels traveling down the highway, and my bearing surfaces, the highway, have got potholes. So simply adjusting it does not remove the potholes. That grinding is going to be there all the time. To make this nice, it's parts replacement. So the whole piece would have to be replaced. Ball bearings themselves, they're the hardest thing in there. If the ball bearings were trashed, the road, the bearing surfaces of the spindle and that cup, totally trashed. So, sticker comes off. It's as good as it's going to get until we can get some new parts. Maybe we'll do it some other time. Goodbye.